Okay, that is much better. Sorry about that earlier. Just had a bit of technical difficulty. Uh, I know you can see me much better. Uh, this is what happens with live shows when you go live. Sometimes it's a bit of a tussle. Um, it happens. That's the great thing, though. The radio is like that too. Radio is absolutely like that, and sometimes you have a bit of a technical difficulty, but hey, this one we are live and back, and so this is the quarter hour with Sid Yiddish, and I'm live for the second time tonight. We're starting a little bit late, so it's 8 minutes after the hour here Central Standard Time. This is week 13 of the quarter hour with Sid Yiddish, and I think that's a great thing. And yeah, so tonight, believe it or not, tonight there's a big announcement. I have a big announcement to make, and that will be towards the end of the show, so stick around. And uh, we have a lot of poetry tonight. A lot of poetry. It is jam-packed with poetry tonight. Really happy about that. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, Dave, you just commented on the wrong video. So this is take two, Dave. Anyway. Uh, oops. Wait a minute. Oops. There we go. All right. All right. So it is, as I say, we're a little bit clamped of a show today, but anyway. As I say, jam-packed with poetry. But today on the national calendar, it is National Black Cat Day, and it is so don't hurt your kitty cats, and or don't hurt any kitty cat that's black, you know, or I'm sure other colors. And it's also National Navy Day, and it is also National Beer Day. And for some of you out there who do drink beer, go get yourself a beer. I've never liked beer, but that's okay. Um, I guess beer is better than girls are sometimes, you know? It just is. That's the way it works. Um, all right. Um, we're going to start right off. Poetry set. We have two new poets tonight, and you're going to get to hear them very, very shortly. But of course, we kick off the poetry tonight, and we're going to start off with one of mine, and it's a relatively new one. And this one is, yep, there we go. All right, so this one is called Even the Spanish Dog Loves to Dance. I called Buddha by accident. I didn't wrap the bones in plastic, just paper. I do that when I don't want insects to follow my trail. In a dream I have had, a man on the Instagram says that he's from the Illuminati Brotherhood and wants to make me a star. Johnny come lately, gone as soon as I smash his lies to bits. Rain outside my window pane, the bastard makes me sick. Technology makes me conflicted. It takes advantage of what was thought to be not so hard. One single card is pulled out of thin air, and lo and behold, a con game is born. I hold discovered discontentment for a road well traveled is now unraveled, revealed before innocent eyes. On the Instagram, a woman I thought was a friend plays a guessing game with me. Why paint new lies and think you're so clever over a predicated endeavor that isn't real? Isn't the path you don't feel, and yet hide in the shadows like a viper pit of snakes waiting to strike? No matter. You will be caught in your own shitty lies. I don't despise you. I just feel so much pity. The nickel and diming of your timing is really bad rhyming. How you sold yourself short. The ugliness of the Davenport you display is so unpoetic. Unbelievably, though, I now know that even the dog loves to dance is a laughable romance, since your idea to live and to die is the greatest lie, and is something I can't help but feel distant. And this is a relatively new poem. I wrote it on 3 separate days, the 19th, the 20th, and the 24th of October this year. And this one again is called Even the Spanish Dog Loves to Dance. And that is by yours truly, your most obedient servant, Sid Yiddish. Okay. New poem. Now, let's see here. All right. So, I would like to introduce to my program. This is, have to stretch this one out just a little bit. There we go. All right, so this is a poem, and she tells me that she apologizes in advance. She apologizes in advance, but never, 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 ever do you have to apologize for what you write. Never, never, never. Not to me. And so this is by a poem by my friend Grue, and this is kind of a, I guess it's kind of a sound poem, but it's it's a fearful poem. It's not fearful as in fear, but it's based on our own fears, I believe. So this is called "In Which Father Knows Beast." It st- uh, uh, it it st- uh, 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 it st- his arm, Chekhov's gun. But home now, Schrodinger's trailer. Tied to the mattress, you were both dead and alive. But the habitual liar, bitch of a liar. Is it a boy, or is it a boy, or is a girl? I'm sorry, sir, it's a crisis actor. Clung to her bosom, inhaling that timeless Avon scent that still summons the shade, the dead, whose addled mind in that final sunset was sharper than any tongue of fire. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms, but when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and the gun leveled, hole in the bed. is that that's when she when we and then later he yelled at me for eating some see you handed me calling me a pig, but the screaming never stopped, and we just wanted to flee and feel normal. And one last time before I saw what I saw, what I was saw what I saw, 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 what I saw. What I saw, what I saw, what I saw, what I saw was what I saw, what I saw was saw, what I 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 saw was the left of my sister. And again, that was a poem by Grue, and that was called In Which Father Knows Beast. All right. That was a great poem, actually. And so now I'd like to move on here, and this, I'd like to bring her up here. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, this is the poetry of Eileen Weiner. Oh, I'm sorry, and before I go any further, my mistake. The the preceding poem was by my friend Grue, actually, Grue, not Grew, although it could be Grew. And she is an artist extraordinaire um, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Liberty Bell, um, Grey Lodge Pub, which is a great place to go for a Philly cheesesteak. I don't care if you say that Geno's is better. Trust me, the one at the Grey Lodge Pub is a great Philly cheesesteak. All right, so Eileen Weiner poems. We have two. Eileen is a writer from Los Angeles, California. She's a writer, poet, songwriter, extraordinary person. And this is a poem called Safe Haven. Oh, there's safety in numbers, some say, but not 6 million, not that one. Or in slumber, flights of fancy, kept the door locked, weapons handy. Look both ways before you cross, it's better to have love and lost. Don't make waves, jump to conclusions, come to terms with your illusions. Come to your senses, come to bed, if that's all there is, I'd rather be dead. All right, this one's called How to Smell a Rat. How do you smell a rat? You use your nose, of course, the very same device by which you smell a horse. But to smell a flower would be infinitely nicer. Or to smell a pizza, delicious and spicier. If you could smell someone coming, you'd rather he didn't approach, whether it's too little soap or too much Guy LaRouche. I think my favorite thing to smell must be an apple pie, cooling on the windowsill as I go walking by. Yeah, that's one way to smell a rat. Rats smell apple pies faster, you know. And they also smell the smells out of restaurants. But I mean, as my friend Joby Hughes would say, what rat wouldn't be near a restaurant or outside the back of a restaurant? That's right, Joby. Hey, great poems, Eileen. And we will hear more Eileen Weiner poems next week. Now, another new poet we have. Actually, he is my Uncle Mickey, and got some haiku from Michael Board, who is an author, uh, blogger, I guess you say, a blogger, teacher of linguistics, punk rocker, elder statesman. Had a few bands in the 80s, punk rock bands. From the city of New York. And so these are some haiku of his, and we'll go that way. Um, I'll read these twice since they are haiku poems. Former girlfriend, after 30 years, she's gotten old. Again. Former girlfriend, after 30 years, she's gotten old. At a bar near the mental hospital, a man laughs to himself. At a bar near the mental hospital, a man laughs to himself. I hate you, mistakenly text to the wrong person. I hate you, mistakenly text to the wrong person. All right, those are three poems from, three haiku poems, from Michael Board, and we will hear more of Michael Board next week. All right. Yes, of course, we will go to Emily Dickinson, the collected poems of Emily Dickinson. She is our next spotlight, of course, and who does not love Emily Dickinson? So, as you know, most of you know, Emily Dickinson did not have titles for her poems, and instead she used which number poem it was, and yeah, and she couldn't get, or she couldn't give titles. She just never gave titles to Roman numerals. So I will just read the Roman numerals, and we'll go from there. So this first one is called LXVII. Presentiment is that long shadow on the lawn, indicative that suns go down. The notice to the startled grass that darkness is about to pass. As children bid the guests good night. I'm sorry, this is LXVIII. As children bid the guests good night, and then the reluctant turn, my flowers raise their pretty lips, then put their nightgowns on. As children caper when they wake, Mary that is morn, my flowers from 100 cribs will peep and prance again. And this one is called LXIX. Angels in the early morning may be seen the dews among. Stooping, plucking, smiling, flying. Do the buds to them belong? Angels, when the sun is hottest, may be seen the sands among. Stooping, plucking, sighing, flying. Parch the flowers they bear along. And this one is called LXX. So bashful when I spied her, so pretty, so ashamed, so hidden in her leaflets, lest anybody find. so breathless till I passed her, so helpless when I turned. Sorry. And bore her, struggling, blushing, her simple haunts beyond. For whom I robbed the dingle, for whom betrayed the dell. Many will doubtless ask me, but I shall never tell. All right. That is Emily Dickinson. Now let me take a bit of a swig of water, just in case you have. Just in case you have tuned in, you are watching the Quarter Hour with Sid Yiddish, and in case you saw the first version of this, in case you saw the first one, it was a technical difficulty, had some problems, so just had to kind of click out and start this new one. So, oh, Grue, never apologize, never apologize. You don't have to apologize for anything. Never. So we move on to the next poet. This is the final poet in the installation of poets. And of course, I am talking about Wes Heine. My buddy Wes Heine from Los Angeles, California. Musician, poet, writer, boy extraordinaire. Originally from Wisconsin, lived in Chicago, moved to Dallas, and then of course he went to Los Angeles, where he's at now. He's destined for fame, that guy. I know it. I can feel it. So this is from Sugar Skull Poems, Flash Fiction, his book, and this one is called Freeway. So much space full of metal, so many people erasing themselves, spots open and close, cars jut in and out, a sea of violence, cars cutting in, cars cutting out, almost sexual. A space opens, a space fills, then two idiots ruin it for the rest of us. Metal against metal, bone against bone. Now we've stopped, waiting for the tow, waiting for the cops, waiting to go home to eat, sleep, and then do it all over again. Insurance and lawyers betting against blood, gambling against sorrow, being against salvation that comes with new technology or transportation, a new way to get there, or a new way to just stay home. And this poem is called Green Dawn. Dawn burns away the morning mist. Car fumes give rise to green mirages. Striped teeth, oily rainbows, and butterfly irises in the peripheral. I drive on plaid streets, channeled through ancient ideas, my eyes streaming tears and dewy dreams. Palm trees punctuate paradise and tropical wars, and the homeless of Hollywood, grocery carts full of empty champagne bottles. Recycle the glass of last night's toasts. The world starts over again, with or without you. And those, again, that was Green Dawn. And the other one was called Freeway. And again, that is from Wes Heine, whose unpublished book called Sugar Skull Poems and Flash Fiction. I'm telling you, that kid has got a future. He really has a future. All right. And that is the end of the, that's the end of the poetry section of the show. So now we go into our story, and so I'm going to read a couple of stories from this great book. This is called The Aesop for Children. It is with pictures by Milo Winter. It is here you can see it. I'll just bring it down like that, and then across, and then up, and then up and down. All right, so this is a reprint book. It's from 1919, and Barnes & Noble published book. And so I'll just read this one. And this is I think it's a perfect Halloween kind of story. And it's called Belling the Cat. The mice once called a meeting to decide on a plan to free themselves of their enemy, the cat. At least they wished to find some way of knowing when she was coming, so they might have time to run away. Indeed, something had to be done, for they lived in such constant fear of her claws that they hardly dared stir from their dens by night or day. Many plans were discussed, but none of them was thought good enough. At last, a very young mouse got up and said, "I have a plan that seems very simple, but I know it will be successful. All we have to do is to hang a bell about the cat's neck. When we hear the bell ringing, we will know immediately that our enemy is coming." All the mice were surprised that they had not thought of such a plan before. But in the midst of rejoicing over their good fortune, an old mouse arose and said, "I will say that plan of the young mouse is very good, but let me ask one question. Who will bell the cat?" And the moral of the story is, it is one thing to say that something should be done, but quite a different matter to do it. And here's the photo. Here's that bad old cat, kind of staring around the corner there, just getting hungry for all those mice. You see that? I guess if I were a cat too, I would be doing the same thing. But I believe that cats are good for that kind of thing. So, want to do some final shout outs before we leave the airwaves tonight. We're a little late, folks, but it's okay to be late. Sometimes being late is better than nothing. So, first thing I want to say, actually, this is kind of big. I think I'm going to hold off on that other one. I'll just post it. So, anyway, what I really want to say is thanks very much to Dave Getchik for having me on his Puddinhead Press Live yesterday. I really appreciate that, Dave. Dave, the interview was great, and I think it was. You covered a lot of ground, which is not easy for most interviewers to do with me. It was very professional. Um, it was well prepared. You did your homework, Dave. Good for you. I give you that clap, 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 clap kind of interview. That's the kind of interview it was. It was really, really good. And thanks, Dave. I really mean it. From the bottom of my feet to the tippy top, tippy top of my heart. I really thank you. Also want to thank in a previous week the interviewers from the Subgenius Radio, the Reverend Negative and crew. I want to thank you for the interview as well. That was Subgenius Radio on Thursday night, which I did with, it was me and the band, performance and interview with Candy Store Henchman. Want to really thank you for that interview. Now, interviews are night and day. That's what I have to say about that. They were definitely night and day. There are good interviews, bad interviews, and then there are ugly interviews. And I've had a garden vegetable variety of interviews over the many, many years, decades, maybe I should say. Anyway, coming right out and saying that, last thing I want to say is, for those of you in the Quad Cities, I will see you Friday I am performing in the Quad Cities on Friday, October 30th, which would have been my mom's 87th birthday, and so yeah, so I will be out there, and you hope I will see everybody really soon in the Quad Cities. Also, of course, this is Halloween week, so just be careful out there, right? Because Halloween is Saturday, and make sure that if you have kids, if you're watching and you have children, take care and make sure they're safe. Wear that mask, social distance. We're all in this together. And those of you who drive, just be careful. Just be careful you don't hit any children. My mom always told me that. She said just to be careful because these days, these days, which means modern times these days, just be careful. Be careful. You never know when you're going to hit a little kid. And of course, next Sunday, we turn the clocks back. We turn our clocks back 1 hour. So I bet everybody's relieved about that. Although I like the dark when it's dark at like 5 o'clock in the evening. I kind of like that. Or 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark. It's great. To me, it's great. All right. As I said, we're going over a little bit here. It's 39 minutes after, so literally we got a couple of almost 3/4 in of the quarter hour, as they say. So this is your old pal, most obedient service, Sid Yiddish, signing off. I hope you have a great week, great rest of the week, and I will see everybody next Tuesday. And of course, we know what next Tuesday is. I hope you're all going to go out and vote. If you haven't voted already, get out there and vote. It is a privilege and an honor, and it is a human right, as Bernie Sanders might say. Definitely a human right. And so get out there, because if you don't vote, you can't complain about who we have later. I mean, you can, but voting, your one vote, when added with everybody else's vote, it does mean something. I don't care what you hear on TV or radio or you read in the newspapers. Just get out there and vote. Just do it. Do it for yourself and do it for America. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. See you next week.